The Rendlesham Forest incident is one of the most famous UFO sightings in the history of UFO encounters. It took place in December 1980 near the twin military bases of RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge in Rendlesham Forest, Suffolk, England. The incident began on the night of December 26, 1980, when United States Air Force personnel stationed at the RAF Woodbridge base reported strange lights in the nearby Rendlesham Forest. The initial sighting was made by security personnel who observed a series of lights resembling a downed aircraft. When they investigated, they reported seeing a metallic, triangular-shaped object with colored lights. The deputy base commander, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt, led a subsequent investigation on the night of December 27th. Halt and his team reported witnessing strange lights in the forest, as well as damage to trees and elevated radiation levels in the area where the object had been sighted. Halt recorded his observations on an audio tape during the investigation. While the incident is often referred to as the British Roswell and has gained considerable attention from UFO enthusiasts, skeptics argue that the lights and other phenomena observed could have been misinterpretations of natural or man-made sources, such as nearby lighthouses or military aircraft. The British Ministry of Defence conducted an investigation, but concluded that there was no evidence of extraterrestrial activity, and that the sightings could be attributed to a combination of misinterpretation of mundane stimuli and the possibility of a nearby fireball. Despite the official explanations, the Rendlesham Forest incident continues to be a subject of interest and debate among UFO researchers and enthusiasts. The incident has become a part of UFO folklore and is often cited as one of the most compelling cases of a UFO encounter. The incident gained further attention over the years due to the credibility of the witnesses involved. Many of the individuals who reported the sightings were military personnel, including Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt, who held a high-ranking position. Halt's detailed memorandum about the events, along with the audio recording he made during the investigation, added a level of official documentation to the case. Witnesses described seeing bright lights in the forest which appeared to be attached to a metallic triangular-shaped object. The lights were reported to change colors and exhibit unusual patterns. Some witnesses claimed to have observed physical effects on the environment. This included damage to trees, such as broken branches and marks on the bark. Elevated levels of radiation were also reported in the vicinity. One of the most intriguing aspects of the incident was a statement made by one of the security personnel involved, Sergeant Jim Peniston. He claimed to have approached the object closely and touched its surface. Peniston later reported receiving a telepathic download of binary code, which he wrote down in his notebook. The binary code supposedly contained a message related to time travel and coordinates. The code was released to the public years later. The binary code consists of a series of zeros and ones, which can be translated into ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. When converted to ASCII, the code reads EBE5ACD. However, the meaning of this code remains a subject of interpretation and speculation. Some interpretations have suggested that it could represent a series of initials or a cryptographic message. Additionally, Jim Peniston claimed that he later underwent hypnosis to recall more details about the encounter, and he stated that the binary code conveyed a message. According to Peniston, the binary message included phrases like origin year, continuous protection, and explanation. It's important to note that the interpretation of the binary code is highly subjective, and different individuals have proposed various explanations for its meaning. Some consider it a significant part of the Rendlesham Forest incident, while others are more skeptical, suggesting that it may be a result of misinterpretation or an elaborate part of the overall narrative surrounding the event. The British Ministry of Defence conducted an investigation into the Rendlesham Forest incident. The official conclusion, as mentioned earlier, was that there was no evidence of extraterrestrial activity, and the phenomena could be explained by a combination of misinterpretations and natural or human-made sources. Over the years, more military personnel who were stationed at RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge have come forward to share their experiences. Some have provided additional details or corroborated the accounts of the initial witnesses. Others, however, have offered alternative explanations for the events, suggesting that certain sightings could be attributed to military activities or other known phenomena. In 2001, the UK Ministry of Defence declassified and released documents related to the Rendlesham Forest incident. While the documents did not reveal any evidence of extraterrestrial involvement, they provided insight into the official investigations and the decision-making processes of the military at the time. Various hypotheses and theories have been proposed to explain the Rendlesham Forest incident. Some researchers argue that the sightings were caused by a series of misinterpretations of ordinary phenomena, such as nearby lighthouses, bright stars, or atmospheric conditions. Others maintain that the witnesses encountered an unknown, possibly extraterrestrial phenomenon. UFO enthusiasts argue that the case remains unresolved and presents unanswered questions about the nature of the reported phenomena. The incident continues to be a topic of debate among researchers, skeptics, and UFO enthusiasts. Some argue that the events were real and involved unexplained phenomena, pointing to the involvement of military personnel, official documentation, and eyewitness testimonies. Others contend that the sightings can be explained by natural or man-made sources, emphasizing the lack of conclusive evidence for extraterrestrial activity. As opinions on the incident vary widely, it prompts a question. What do you think happened in Rendlesham Forest in December 1980?